What is up, YouTube? I'm Chalktopus, and with all the hype and speculation surrounding the recent reveal of the Nintendo Switch, we should probably take some time to talk about launch titles, because this is a huge moment for Nintendo. I mean, the Wii U was such a colossal failure, sales-wise. I mean, I enjoyed my Wii U, and, I played the hell out of Smash and Mario 3D Land, and I liked a lot of the first-party games on it, but this is the first console in a while that is receiving such large third-party support. I mean, you've seen the developers that are listed. You have companies like Bethesda, you have EA, WB, Epic Games, T2, Activision, Square Enix. This is really good for Nintendo and their new console because the Wii U lacked third-party support. It did receive some games, but a majority of the games that were worth playing were all first-party. And Nintendo is great at making first-party games. I mean, they do make a lot of cash-in titles. There were definitely a bunch on the Wii U, but when it comes to creating a quality first-party game, especially games in the Zelda franchise, Nintendo, they do it right. So with that being said, and the Switch coming out in March, and us not really having any more information until January, what kind of launch titles can we expect to see with the Switch? Now, I think the reveal trailer for the Nintendo Switch is some kind of expectation as to what we can see when the console actually comes out as far as launch titles go. However, in the past, Nintendo has shown reveal trailers for things like the GameCube, and they've shown tech demos for what was supposed to be Super Mario 128, which eventually evolved into Pikmin. So these aren't finalized, but I think some of them we might be seeing, especially if they're ports of Wii U games that have been enhanced for the Switch. It's all speculation right now. We don't know 100% what we're going to see. However, we will soon. We're only about 2 months away from the actual release of all the details, from launch titles to, official price and launch date. So it's going to be coming real soon. Until then, we speculate. The first game is Skyrim Remastered. Now, that was one of the first games they had showed off in the Nintendo Switch trailer, aside from Zelda, and I think it was a very, very bold statement for them to put something like Skyrim, and if you don't think that was Skyrim, then stop lying to yourself. Bethesda's biggest game in the last decade was Skyrim, and it has received so many awards, and if they could have a game like that, especially to take on the go, then I think that's definitely one step in the right direction as far as launch titles go. Okay, we're going to go all third-party games that I think are going to release with the Switch right off the bat. The next, you have 2K17 or 2K18. I don't know which year is supposed to come out. I don't play sports games. At least I don't play NBA, 2K, whatever. But I think 2K is another game that's going to be coming out the Switch because you do need to meet the demands of people that, don't like games like Skyrim, and they want to play 2K, and they want to play Madden, and they want to play MLB The Show, or whatever sports game you're into. They have to meet those demands as well. So I think NBA 2K 17, 18, 19, I don't give a shit, is going to come out as a launch title on the Switch. Okay, next we have EA, which is teasing one of their bigger games, and we don't know which one it could possibly be yet. Recently they released Titanfall 2. You have Battlefield 1, so it could be a number of things. But if I had to narrow it down to a couple titles, I think it would either be Titanfall 2 or Battlefield 1. So we'll find out what EA is teasing in January, because I'm sure it'll be part of the launch lineup. But I think the Switch is going to need to release with a shooter to add some variety to the mix. That's all I really have for third-party launch title speculation, but let's move on to talk about first-party titles and what we can expect to see, or what I think we're going to expect to see. And the first is Mario Kart 8. Now, they showed off a little bit of Mario Kart 8 being played on the go, and there were some new characters, like they showed off King Boo, who wasn't in Mario Kart 8. So I think we could expect to see some kind of enhanced port, maybe with new characters, new tracks, whatever, new items, I don't know. New ways to destroy your friendships, Okay, this next one is a complete shot in the dark, but I'm going to put it out there. I think we may see a Super Smash Bros. Switch game, whether it's a Wii U, upgrade. I think it may be a Wii U upgrade. Maybe it'll come with all the DLC. Maybe they plan on throwing in, a few more characters. But Smash Bros. Is such a huge, huge franchise for Nintendo that it would be a stupid opportunity to pass up the possibility of putting Super Smash Bros. Wii U, which was a stupid name to begin with, on the Switch, and possibly adding some more characters, some more levels. But think about the possibilities of the portable system and being able to play Smash like that on the go. I mean, I don't know who the hell would want to play with one of those little candy bar controllers, the Joy-Cons, but it's still, it's something you could take on the go. You can play with friends, you can play yourself on the go. If your friend has a Switch, both of you could. It's a good idea, and I think they should put Smash out, at least as a launch title, if not launch window. I mean, think about it this way. They stopped working on Super Smash Bros. After the release of Bayonetta, or was Corrin the last one, but they've had a pretty large window to work on something new, being that there was such a gap between the end of that and the announcement of the Nintendo Switch, so I think it's possible. Okay, next is going to be a Super Mario title. It's going to be a main entry in the series. The footage that they showed off might have been like a test demo, kind of like Super Mario 128, and it could evolve into something completely different, but it looked pretty polished from the trailer. And it looked like a combination of Super Mario 64 and Super Mario Sunshine or Super Mario Galaxy. We don't know. It definitely didn't look like Super Mario 3D Land or one of these 3D titles, 3D World, or, what have you. But I think we're due for a main entry in the series. I don't really consider any of the 3D games to be main entries in the series because they weren't very story-driven. Not that any Mario title's been story-driven, but I think we're due for something like Galaxy, or like Sunshine, or another 64, or something like that. I just want a main platformer with Mario, and here's why I think we're going to get it. Because recently, Nintendo has said the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is not going to be ready for the launch of the Nintendo Switch. So we might see it within the coming months of the Switch. However, we're not going to see it day one. So they're going to need a strong name like Mario or Zelda or Super Smash Bros. To support the release of this. Because many times in the past, Nintendo's put out a console and they've had a launch window. And that could be 6 months to a year of, popular titles that won't be coming out. And there's really, I remember when I got the Wii, there was nothing to play for a year. And I was stuck with Red Steel, which was garbage, and something else. So with that being said, that kind of jumps into the next title that I was going to talk about, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, which looks like an amazing game, and I can't wait for it. And I think if it doesn't come out with the Nintendo Switch, if there's not that big of a gap in between the two releases for the Switch and the Wii U, I might just wait and get it for the Switch. While I think it's being developed as a Wii U game, I would like to buy a new console with a title like Zelda, even if I have to wait a couple weeks. However, it's not going to be ready when the Switch releases, and that's kind of upsetting, but if we get something like a Super Mario title, a main platformer, or Smash Brothers, then I think that'll be awesome and kind of hold people over until something like Breath of the Wild comes out. Okay, the last game is Splatoon. Now, Splatoon was a wildly popular hit on the Wii U, but how Nintendo is trying to pass off Splatoon as a wildly popular esport, selling out stadiums, rivaling, something like League of Legends. Come on, Nintendo, relax. But yes, it is a fun game. It was popular. I do think it needs some more functionality as far as online goes, and I think there is a lot of room for expansion if you're going to put it on the Switch. I mean, think how fun it would be to have a bunch of people in a room, everyone has their own Switch, and just playing something like Splatoon. Or playing online with a more robust online system. By the way, that's something that's going to be a whole different video. I would like to talk about what Nintendo needs to do as far as online goes, because they're online. I'm not going to get into it now. You know what I'm going to talk about. So, Splatoon, that is another one. Really fun game. It's become one of Nintendo's more popular titles, especially with the Wii U, and I think we will be seeing it with the launch of the Switch. That's all I got for you today. Now keep in mind that none of these are confirmed, but it's just my speculation as to what I think we're going to be seeing when the Switch releases. Let me know what you think. What games do you want to see as a launch title on the Switch? Are you satisfied with this list? What would you take away? What would you add? Let me know in the comments below. If you like my video, be sure to leave a like and hit that subscribe button and sub to my channel for more Nintendo Switch news and updates, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.